Before we get into today's video, guys, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe because we're on our way to 200 subscribers. And let's get into today's video of what topic we should be going on about: Assassin's Creed Origins. So as we all know, Bayek is the new assassin in Assassin's Creed Origin, the very first assassin in the Assassin's Creed series of the Brotherhood that we know and love today. The Brotherhood in Masyaf that eventually spread all the way across the world to take on Templars. So we know that Bayek started this, but could Bayek potentially get a trilogy or a sequel to the game he's currently in? I typically think that Bayek may get a sequel if he's well received as a character. I think that's what their original plans were for Connor, is if Connor got well received, he would have got a sequel, other than getting Edward in there. Or Haytham should definitely got a sequel on his own because he was a brilliant character. I think they should have made a sequel on Haytham altogether, because Haytham was a bloody brilliant character. I want to know about his uprising, but that was all put in the Assassin's Creed book. For sake. So what we mean by Bayek getting well received as characters is if that he actually develops within the game, but only slightly, and he is not annoying to the point where you are dull as fuck like Connor, because Connor was literally dull as fuck, and actually Bayek actually goes through the plot holes and actually makes sense of them, unlike Connor, which Connor actually did when he found out who attacked his village, and it was not Charles Lee. Because when Connor found out that Charles Lee didn't attack his village and it was George Washington, Connor still went for Charles Lee. He went for Charles Lee and he didn't go for Washington. They saved that for the DLC as a separate thing, but the DLC thing was, it was all like fake, but he still didn't get his way back at George Washington at all. It basically, as if he was a pile of shit for Connor because he was a crap character, no character development. But Bayek probably could get this. Ashford Ismail said that the world is changing and Bayek is the embodiment of ancient Egypt, but he has to change with this world. If they do a sequel with Bayek, they should definitely carry on with the ancient Egyptian like stuff. Instead of being ancient Egyptian, he moves like to ancient Rome or ancient Greece, because they're very popular like historical locations for ancient times. This is the reason I think Bayek should get a sequel, because if you look at the past couple of Assassin's Creed games, since Assassin's Creed 3 onwards, there has been no trilogies or sequels to games. The only characters that have had sequels to their original games is Altair and Ezio. Ezio was received the best out of any Assassin's Creed character because he had the romantic, the charisma, he had like everything an assassin that could be loved to have, because he was literally a guy of every talent whatsoever. I know there's going to be characters out there that's not going to have that, but when you have a trilogy, you can literally improve the character as they develop within the story. So say in the first game, Bayek still has like got this deep tone, and like he can not have a laugh, he has a little bit of a laugh, but when he gets along, he gets more charismatic as he gets along. So he could potentially get better as a character and like engage the audience more as they more relate to him, as people relate to Ezio. We know characters in the past have literally got sequels even though they're not charismatic like all the way through. Altair was a prime example of this. Altair was very, very aggressive along his entire story in Assassin's Creed 1. He was still like that in Assassin's Creed Revelations, but he changed slightly near the end of his life. So this is why I think loads of characters in Assassin's Creed, like in the series, should definitely get a sequel, because they need to improve the characters, because recently the characters have been pretty dull. Jacob was probably the most undullest one out of them all, because he actually had a lot of charisma in him. Him and Evie together made like an Ezio type of character. He had like every romantic, charisma, action. He had everything that he possibly needs. So that's those two put together. But if those got a sequel, it would have been good. But they kind of fucked that up with the DLC. But we could have actually got a sequel with just Evie on her own. But we ain't got into a like full-on female Assassin's Creed game for a long time, since Assassin's Creed Chronicles. But it wasn't a full-fledged AAA Assassin's Creed game. So tell me guys down below, do you think Bayek would be good for a trilogy or a sequel for this Assassin's Creed Origins? I think it would have been pretty good, but I want to know your thoughts and feelings on this. If Bayek would be perfect fit for a trilogy. So leave your guys' comments down below. And as always guys, remember to subscribe. And as always guys, I'll see you in another video very, very soon. Goodbye.